How to ship to Amazon FBA directly. Fulfillment by Amazon FBA sellers have the option to having their product shipped directly to Amazon warehouses from their supplier to having them shipped to another location first before going to Amazon. After doing product research, finding a winning product, and working with the supplier to create a private label product. Why would not sellers request that their suppliers supply product directly to Amazon? Some sellers prefer to examine items in person, ship a small amount of stock to Amazon at a time to keep FBA storage fees low, or any number of other reasons. If sellers choose this path, they'll need to figure out how to transport their goods to Amazon's warehouse when they are ready. So how do you get your merchandise into an Amazon warehouse using FBA shipment? Navigating Seller Central and setting up your first FBA shipment might be tricky for a new Amazon seller. I'll walk you through every step to setting up your FBA shipping properly utilizing both old and new ways. The old techniques versus the new way of shipping to Amazon warehouses. Amazon has launched a new Send to Amazon beta, which is a 3-step procedure for setting up your FBA shipments. You can only generate shipments for case-packed items using the Send to Amazon test right now. If you wish to send a specific item to FBA, you will have to stick with the previous way. Let's look at how to make shipment using both ways. You will need to know how to accomplish if you sell retail, arbitrage, private label, or wholesale. Sending your FBA merchandise to Amazon, a step-by-step guide. Setting up your first shipment might be difficult at first, but after a few tries, you will be an expert. The original technique of setting up a shipment will be covered in this step-by-step instructions. First step, go to Manage Inventory in Seller Central and look for your listing. Second step, choose Edit from the drop-down menu on the right-hand side, then set Replenish Inventory. Third step, if you have not previously, you will need to input your ship from address. In this step, enter the address of your inventory if it is kept at your home or company. After that, you must pick between individual items and case-packed product. If your shipment contains numerous goods with different SKUs or conditions, choose individual product, new, used. If you are selling retail, arbitrage, and want to send 10 different things to Amazon at the same time, this is the option to pick. If your package only contains one SKU, choose case-packed items. The number of cases and unit per case of each SKU in the shipment can then be entered. If you are exporting many units of your private label goods, for example, you did pick this option. Continue to shipment plan should be selected. Take a look at an example of a case-packed product below. Fourth step, you will input how many units of your product are in each case and how many cases you are sending on the screen. I am planning to ship a total of 50 units in this case because I can only put 25 units in each container. I'll go with 2 cases. You can see that we are mailing 50 units under total units below. Click Continue once you have entered the number of units per case and the total number of cases. Fifth step, you will need to decide whether or not your items need to be prepared before shipping or Amazon at this pace. This may involve putting it in a poly bag, labeling, or bubble wrapping it. A drop-down menu will allow you to choose the product type. I'll use baby items as an example. Amazon will tell you what kind of preparation your purchase requires here. You won't need to prepare your goods if it doesn't fall into one of the categories shown in the drop-down option. If you don't have the resources or equipment necessary to prepare your items, you may now pay Amazon to do so for you. Depending on the sort of preparation your product requires, the charges will range from $1 to $2.30 per unit. Sixth step, the next step is to decide how you want your item to be branded. If your item requires an Amazon F and SKU barcode, you have the option to applying it yourself or having Amazon do it for you. Enter the amount of labels to print and click Print Labels for the page. If you want to label the goods yourself, peel and paste the FN SKU barcodes onto each item using address label sheets. In certain cases, you will need to utilize the manufacturer's barcode if you are selling retail, arbitrage product or wholesale things with a barcode on the package. This might be in the case. If your FN SKU starts with X00, you will need to use the Amazon barcode, also known as the FN SKU, to mark your items. Use current manufacturer barcodes for FN SKUs beginning with B00. Your FN SKU will be shown under the product name in this section. If you are reselling things through retail arbitrage, you may need to utilize the Amazon FN SKU barcode instead of the manufacturer barcode. However, I recommend using the FN SKU wherever possible. Note, you may select either the Amazon barcode or the manufacturer barcode as your FBA product barcode preference. Go to Settings, Fulfillment by Amazon, FBA product barcode preference in the top right corner of the Seller Central. Choose merchant for this part if you are selling a private label product with your FN SKU barcode printed on the package by your supplier. If you don't want to label the things yourself, you may pay $0.30 per unit to have Amazon do it for you. 7th step. This is where you will learn where Amazon wants to stuff sent. Amazon determines where your items will be sent based on the demand across the United States. Your incoming shipment parameters are set to distributed inventory placements by default, which means Amazon may divide your cargo into many fulfillment centers. This might be aggravating, especially if your things have already been packed and are ready to ship. In this case, Amazon could wish to send 30 units to a New Jersey warehouse, 15 units to a Texas warehouse, and the remaining 5 units to a California warehouse. But what if you don't want your package to be broken up? In Seller Central, you may adjust your FBA shipment option to send all your units to one warehouse. You have the option of using inventory placement service, which allows you to designate amounts of single seller SKU to a single fulfillment location. You will be charged a per unit choose if you choose this option. It costs $0.30 per unit for things weighing less than 1 pound and $0.40 per unit for commodities weighing more than 1 pound. Go to Settings, Fulfillment by Amazon, Inbound Settings, then Modify. In this case, Amazon says I am shipping all 50 units to ABE8. An Amazon warehouse is New Jersey, and that cargo would not be split up. As a result, I'll select Approve to continue, followed by working on shipping. 8th step. You will pick your delivery provider and how your products will be packed in this final step. Amazon will offer you a cheap pricing when you enter your package dimensions and weight, and you will be ready to ship. I have selected Tiny Parcel Delivery, an Amazon partnered carrier, because this is a small cargo. If you are sending pallets to Amazon, you can select less than truckload LTL. You will input the units per box, the number of boxes you are sending, the dimensions, and the weight in the following areas. After you have entered all that information, click Calculate and Amazon will compute the delivery cost for you. After that, you may decide whether or not they accept the cost and print your shipping labels. Finally, pick a ship date when you want to ship the boxes and print your labels. On the label, there are 2 barcodes. Make sure both barcodes of each boxes are visible. One barcode belongs to UPS while the other belongs to Amazon. Click Complete Shipping once you have finished these steps. That concludes our discussion. You may now mark your boxes and drop them off at the UPS facility near you. If you are unable to drop things off, you can arrange for UPS to pick them up from your home.